All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Asobi
Asobase, episode 7. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here we are. We have had some crazy times.
We've had bangs cut. We've had robot
Multiple
boyfriends
times.
and android voiced by your grandfather and not Butler.
Not Butler.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
And of
right.
course, people that were teleported and all that stuff.
Yeah, surprise serious stuff.
Yeah. But like all this stuff just compounding on itself and having little continuity moments is wonderful. But these girls are just such a joy though.
Yeah,
such an awful joy to experience.
I love to just partake in how awful they are. Yeah, to just be a little fly on the wall as they are awful. It's
almost like the equivalent of if you were to imagine like Aqua praying to a god, just it's like what
basically.
I'm so wonderful. Please give me like something amazing for Christmas this time.
These are the true worshippers of Aqua.
Yeah.
But here we are.
So, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. All right, everyone. Now be sure to go check out the reaction portion of the video in the description below. Then come back here for the discussion. God, this show is the perfect level of stupid for me. Like, I can just get my brain into a degenerate state enough to where I'm like, this is my kind of humor.
It is pretty stupid.
It is the
One of the things that I really appreciate about it though is the level of continuity amidst the stupidity. Like all these little things that might just be dumb gags, they could be, in a lesser show maybe they would be. But in this show, no. Every little thing, it will be brought up again. It does have canonical implications. Yes, they, or more specifically, mostly Honda, did all of those things. That's right. We haven't forgotten.
We got
the creators
receipts
haven't
now.
Forgotten. Yep. Oh boy.
And now they have a potential antagonist.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
And what was it on their papers?
I mean, they did say girls are so stupid.
Yeah, so that might have been something that had something to do with it there. But, they of course they would bond over one of the things that they realize of, you know what, Olivia, your BO, we've gotten used to it. Yeah. Even though everyone can smell it. It's below the guidelines of the whatever governmental.
It's within like the environmental guidelines,
where they don't have to take action against it.
That one was so specific, unexpectedly specific.
Yeah.
Yes, was like I'm like I can see someone working at that department who's like, oh yes, I established the new and updated guidelines.
What I'm wondering is, how would you measure that? Like,
it was like this one article I saw shared all over Twitter or something like that, where there was someone who was like, after testing like 110 different vibrators, we can now determine that this is the best vibrator per dollar value, and someone retweeted on Twitter and got like 100,000 likes or something, and it was just like, where do I get this job?
Yeah, we need someone for vibrator testing. And I thought sperm donating was, not bad.
Oh my god. Yeah. So I feel like this one reminded us of how much of a menace Hanako is, and in some ways how put upon Kasumi is.
Almost all the time, like every single frickin' episode, she cannot catch a break.
And yet the funny thing is that she's in some ways kind of, while I would say pretty normal, she also has the most reservedness to her weirdness, making her in some ways the one that could be potentially the weirdest overall.
That is definitely true. She did get very specific with the, is this the extra sticky duct tape? and then the tongue that gets stuck on it, and it's like, now's my chance or whatever. Like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, is it because you're trapped in there, or is it because of something kinky that's about to happen? Because specifically his tongue is stuck to the duct tape. I don't know.
I don't think we're supposed to know. In
But,
some
you
ways,
know,
I don't think
less
Honda
is more.
or Hanako is going to want the audience to know. She'd
That's
like
right.
shut the laptop, look at the audience like, you guys don't need to see this, and then like walks
like,
off frame, you know? Oh my god.
And of course, Kasumi's like, so what did you think? You're not gonna think I'm some awful person now that you've seen some of my very specific things that I'm into? And she's just like,
and she just blurts
"You're
it
weird.
out. You're weird anyway." And then they just, because
they both are like, "Olivia, please kill us."
We just entered into a situation so embarrassing and awkward and absolutely painful. We would just rather die. Just please, just execute us immediately. Just end it right now.
And I gotta say, the whole like. The girl at the school that is secretly, like, super into BL and, like, writing, you know, her own BL and things like that. Yeah. I am so down for that trope and everything. Like, I don't know. Whenever it's brought up, I love it. Like, whether it's in Nichijou or other shows.
Oh, for sure.
So, I love that this is something that's being brought up here, right? But, like, it feels like the closest thing... Well, no, yeah, it's basically the bad fan fiction, right?
Of course it is,
when you've got your really smutty fan fiction, and it's just absolutely depraved, right?
Oh, right.
And in addition to just being bad, right?
Yeah.
And, yeah, the idea of someone finding that...
I've heard stories. Like, one of my favorite stories I've heard regarding this whole style of, like... experience that like young ladies have had, you know, where they're specifically like, I want to write the smuttiest fanfic out there. But the thing is their naive young brains don't actually know that much. So when they go to do research, that's actually the part where it gets annoying, is because they'll end up accidentally bringing up things in conversation. So this is the story I heard. Was a friend of mine was, you know, she's talking about this in retrospect, you know, like 15 years ago, I would, you know, write this stuff
15 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. So it's one of the things. I was like, she's like, I was like 12, you know. And then it's like she's trying to like write this scene, but she doesn't know like much of anything beyond the vanilla stuff.
Writing and trying to write a sex scene in your smut when you haven't even like had sex before.
Right, of course. But then she does her research, and the part was weird was that she didn't know necessarily what her questions, because she would not only be, you know, doing mediocre internet searches, but also like like, you know, casually asking friends and people that were just, you know, like whoever, just I'd like to know a little bit about this, and they'd have this look of just like, wait, what? And I think one of the things that I don't remember the details, but she made mention how multiple times she would get something wrong, and then every once in a while, like 5 or 6 years later, she would go back and be like, is that still there? Like, she couldn't get rid of it, but she'd go back and read it and be like, oh, this is just weird, like because she wasn't writing it for anyone else, it was just for her, but oh my god. Oh man, good stuff.
Youth.
Yeah, I mean, my fan fiction was probably even worse, but there was just no smut aspect to it, you know.
You never went down that rabbit hole?
No, not really. Like, I was even more straight-laced and stuff, to where it was just straight-up Star Wars fan fiction, you know?
I mean, that works too. Yeah, I'm all about that. Yeah, we were both into that a lot.
I mean, there might have been a lot of proton torpedoes going inside of, you know, exhaust ports and things like that, but there's no euphemisms to be made there, that's for sure. Some trench runs, maybe. But yeah, we got also a little bit of a heist escapade.
We did, and I gotta say, that was, in some cases, that was the one that surprised me the most, because, but then at the same time, it didn't, because I got to see just how stupid these girls are.
The stag beetle, though?
The stag beetle was amazing.
The stag beetle just just hurt my brain in the best possible way.
I really hope that stag beetle returns at some point.
Me too.
Because it's definitely not going to let anything kill it.
They gave it a name.
They gave it a name. That's a character now. Like, we need that on our notes sheet. Like, so
wait a minute. Weren't we given at some point in the waifu, rate your waifus thing, a beetle that would be like rated as a waifu or something?
I think we did definitely get some weird ones in the waifu category. I don't know if we got a beetle.
I'm pretty sure we got a beetle. It wasn't this one, that's for sure, because I would have remembered muscles. You know?
Right, yeah, muscle beetle.
Yeah, but maybe this is a reference to whatever that was or something. I know stag beetles are a thing in Japan. They're like a lot more interested in them for whatever reason.
But as far as like, I feel nervous attributing too much thought to this show because on the one hand,
too much. Any?
Well, when it has its moments of genius, it is a sight to behold. And yet, trying to think about deeper meaning behind it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we also then have at the end the final skit with the booby malfunction.
Yep.
Which I love that Hanako is still salty about that.
I was surprised that she handled it that well, actually.
Yeah.
I expected more like, like swearing and like, just calling her a slut and being like, you stupid,
No,
like,
no, she's her friend. So if anything, she's like just cursing reality that
but
this
like,
is the die that was cast in her on her character sheet, like.
But like,
roll for breast size. Damn it.
Didn't we see a point though where she like imagined herself as being like an executioner, like burning Kasumi at the stake at some point because
I think that was
Kasumi
much earlier though.
More well endowed.
So she's a little bit more.
She's grown
tame.
Since.
Yeah, Hanako character development.
That'll be the day.
That will be the day.
But I love that because we know these characters and how awful they are in certain specific ways. We can tell when. Oh, here we go. All right, Hanako in 3, 2, 1.
Bazinga.
Oh, God. Why did you have to say that? Why did you have to say that?
Then we have Olivia having actually the wholesome moment with regards to the smell thing, and they didn't use it as a joke, really. It was a joke to it, but I actually liked that it was an area where they were like, no, let's just have them be wholesome there. And we're kind of coming back around the stuff we've already talked about, but I felt like it was a moment that deserved recognition.
Yes, because they could have done the thing that both of us were expecting of, yes. And,
and
so didn't do that. Yeah, just took the win.
But y'all, this is another fun, wonderful episode. More horribleness abounds. The ED as always slaps. So thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there. And all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us and the community there about this show, about anime in general. And you can also talk with Jacob about the sci-fi novel that he wrote.
Yep. Battle Lines. It's my sci-fi novel. I wrote it. It's awesome. It's on Amazon. Link in the description down below.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see it there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.